Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best ultra-wide monitor for gaming.
Starting at number 5.
Pixio PXC277 Advanced. What are the actually essential ingredients for a good gaming monitor, and how much will that cost you? On paper, the answer might just be the Pixio PXC277 Advanced. It's a 27-inch 1440p panel with 165 Hz refresh and 1 millisecond claimed response. Oh, and HDR support. That's one heck of a package for the price. It also meets pretty much all our key metrics. 1440p on a 27-inch panel remains a great all-round compromise between size, pixel density, and GPU load. Likewise, 165 Hz is plenty for all but the most demanding esports addicts. Ditto 1 millisecond response, in theory. Ostensibly, there's HDR support. But unsurprisingly, the backlight is monolithic. There's no full-array local dimming, and the rated brightness tops out at 320 nits, which is modest by today's standards. As for the actual image quality and gaming experience, well, there are no immediate horrors. Phew. The panel's default calibration is reasonably accurate, and there are none of the weird sharpening filters or backlight blotchiness you sometimes see on really cheap panels.
Coming at number 4.
Dell S2722 DGM. The classic 27-inch Dell S2722 DGM marries that screen real estate with a 2560 by 1440 native resolution, which gives you a great pixel pitch for fine detail. At 1440p, it's also a decent resolution for getting high frame rates without the GPU demands of a 4K display. It's also capable of delivering that resolution at 165 Hz, which is appreciated. At 2 milliseconds GTG response, it's just a hair behind the 1 millisecond and 0.5 milliseconds ratings of the best IPS panels, so you're covered when it comes to speed. That said, you can find quicker panels if you really want to chase speed. This VA panel does have a high contrast ratio, at least, given the technology's inherent strong contrast.
At number 3.
Gigabyte M32 UC. We're finally in an era of gaming where an affordable 4K monitor and a fast 4K monitor are one and the same. You could still buy a lower resolution panel for a whole lot less, and there are less desirable 4K panels out there. But as the Gigabyte M32 UC proves, you can get a whole lot of screen for what feels like a fair price. You can find this monitor going for as low as $900 Australian dollars, which is an awfully competitive price tag for a speedy 4K gaming monitor at this size. Gigabyte has figured out a heady blend of features for that sort of money too, with 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, 1 millisecond MPRT, FreeSync Premium Pro, and even a USB 3.2 hub. The M32 UC runs at a perfectly reasonable 144 Hz out of the box, and you'll need a powerful graphics card to make the most of that at 4K. However, if you hook this monitor up via DisplayPort 1.4, you can also overclock the panel via the OSD. That bumps the refresh rate up to 160 Hz, and while that's probably excessive for most, if you're going big with the rest of your rig, or plan to pick up a powerful next-gen GPU sometime in the future, then it's a decent option to have at the ready.
Number 2 of my list.
LG 27GN950B. 4K gaming is a premium endeavor. You need a colossal amount of rendering power to hit decent frame rates at such a high resolution. But if you're rocking a top-shelf graphics card, like an RTX 4080 or RX 7900 XTX, then this dream can be a reality. The LG Ultragear is the first 4K, Nano IPS, gaming monitor with 1 millisecond response times that'll properly show off your superpowered GPU. Coming in with NVIDIA G-Sync and AMD's FreeSync adaptive refresh compatibility, this slick slim bezel design even offers LG's Sphere Lighting 2.0 RGB visual theatrics. And combined with the crazy sharp detail that comes with the 4K pixel grid, that buttery smooth 144 Hz is pretty special. While it does suffer from a little characteristic IPS glow, it appears mostly at the screen extremities when you're spying darker game scenes. This isn't an issue most of the time, but the HDR is a little disappointing as, frankly, 16 edge-lit local dimming zones do not a true HDR panel make.
And number 1.
Alienware 34 QD-OLED. OLED has truly arrived on PC. Alienware's 34 QD-OLED is one of very few gaming monitors to receive such a stellar score from us, and it's no surprise. Dell has nailed the OLED panel in this screen, and it's absolutely gorgeous for PC gaming. You'll see a few manufacturers with similar screens to this, and that's because Alienware and many others are using the same Samsung-sourced QD-OLED panel. It's a superb panel, so we don't blame them all for using it. Our favorite of the lot is probably the Philips Evnia 34M2C8600, as it comes with a superb glossy finish that brings out the OLED's best bits. And before you say, why isn't that number 1 then, it's not available in Australia just yet, but when it is it'll be available for 1,899 Australian dollars. We were advised of a tentative May 2023 release, but that's yet to transpire. The Alienware is still absolutely excellent, anyways, and if you prefer a matte panel or demand G-Sync for your NVIDIA graphics card, it's absolutely still the best gaming monitor to buy today.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.